Hey girls, it's your girl Jenna Bhee, and I'm here with a video, my first ever YouTube video with my friends. This is
Kayla,
and this is
Kendall,
and we're gonna be doing a little chit chat, a little girls talk, intimate session. You know, everybody just say what they want about topics our followers send us on Instagram. So let's just get into it. All right, a little background about this YouTube, just because it's my first. I'm very intimate, I'm very outgoing, so this is gonna be a lot of chit chats, vlogs, life, you know, experiences, all that about my friends, myself, my family, everything. You guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because you're gonna want to see more of this action.
So we've been through a little bit of
everything,
boys, drama, like stuff dealing with school, stress, all that.
We got some good advice to give you guys.
Perfect advice, everything from athletes, geeks, how to handle rejection, these men,
friendships too, and females.
NARPs. So NARPs, non-athletic regular person.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Do not ever get played by a NARP, because they're a NARP. Like, I mean, a NARP, you don't have a job, you're just doing like nothing, literally, like no school, nothing.
Weed all day.
Weed all day.
Like
if you don't play sports, that's fine. If you're about your hustle, that's fine. But NARPs, that's something completely different.
Yeah, NARPs are basically bums.
Bums, yeah.
Period.
For sure.
Like, it's us girls, like we've literally all been through the same stuff. Like girls tend to think like, oh, let me just be depressed and sad because he doesn't want. Girl, we've all been through it. Ghosting for no reason. Let me not say that because that's a little bit too specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you know, it's us girls, so we're here to like give y'all background information, everything, just so like if you do feel alone, you're not alone. You're not alone ever alone. And
we all be going through it,
right? And we have advice, experiences, everything to make you feel comfortable. So let's get into it. So like I said, like we asked our followers, you know, what they want to hear and stuff, and these are like, I think, the most common things that I think happen to like everybody in the generation, everything. So the first thing y'all want to hear is like, I guess, stories about our toxic exes. Like, y'all want to know like what they did to us and, you know, stuff like that, like our experience through it. And I really think that's a good one, just so like you can compare, you know, just to see how to like follow along with it. So I think,
and how to not experience this,
how to avoid it at all costs.
For sure.
Kayla is in deep thought.
No, for real. Like, I'm over here trying to think, like, dang. Like, I feel like at some point things can start out okay, but then and I'm not speaking for every relationship, but a lot, especially in this generation, it can just slowly turn into a toxic situation. And so you just gotta do your best to cut it off before it gets to that point. Definitely. That's what I would say.
And you think, another thing I wanted to add on to that is like, you think you feel good, you think it's all, you know, it's okay. It's really not, because like as it's starting off, you're like, oh, like he's fine, that's not my man. First of all, stop using "that's not my man" excuse. If he's telling you he wants you, if he's telling you, you know, don't wear that, if he's asking you to hang out every other day, and if y'all, you know, doing the raw or with the it's like if he's asking for that, that's your man, and he's supposed to act accordingly. For sure. So stop making excuses.
Even
for
if
him.
It's not your man, he definitely owes you a certain level of respect.
Exactly.
If y'all, like, aside from the whole like relationship thing, if y'all are like intimate with each other, like in a ways that you're not intimate with other people, like, then even if you don't call it a relationship, like, it's a certain level of respect and things you guys owe each other.
Definitely.
It goes both ways too.
Most definitely. Like, I feel like this generation has done a good job trying to like downgrade situations. It's like, if he's making like, and it's not even just like girls, men, if he or she is making you feel a certain thing, you know, your best friend, your friends can't make you feel, that's something. So stop trying to downplay it, stop trying to downplay your emotions. It's not okay for anybody to hurt your emotions just because y'all are in a quote-unquote relationship, because nowadays
they will use that against you.
Girls, nowadays that relationship don't mean nothing, because we both know Pam, Freddie, Edward is in everybody's DMs while y'all in the relationship, so it doesn't mean nothing.
Literally. And people will treat you, men or women will treat you how you allow. So if you're constantly allowing, you set the standard for how you want to be treated. So if you're allowing them to do this, of course they're going to do it again. If you're allowing them to do certain things, they're going to keep doing it.
Like, you can recognize it. Like, you know when something's not right. You know when somebody's taking advantage of you. It's just, but we tend to put things past people that we want to see through, you know, situations with, which is great. Like, it's nothing wrong with having a good heart and wanting to, you know what I'm saying, give people chances. But that is, like, I will say I regret that.
It's time out. Like, want better for yourself. It's okay. Because best believe, if somebody doesn't do it, another person will.
They definitely will.
Wait.
Let's get into specifics.
Let's get into specifics right now.
The real tea.
The real tea. Like, our business. Y'all gonna know our business, but y'all not gonna know the names. So
yeah, we're not gonna name
I think I'm gonna do colors. So blue, red. But I really think you said you need some time to think about like your most toxic ex situation.
It's already in my mind.
Let's get into it. All right, hit them with it, Kayla.
Okay. I low-key might start sounding like.
You can start off by saying like what.
I'm not. Oh my god. Okay, so the last toxic relationship that I was in, at like the 4 or 5 month mark, I will say I knew it was kind of doomed, because we just both started cheating on each other. Like, we started cheating on each other, like, and it was known. Like, it was out in the open. Like, I will say I kind of started the cheating only because it wasn't really a regular relationship. Like, we both were still dealing with our exes at the time.
Like, you felt like it was nothing like that's just like you're supposed to hold on to. Like, that's just gonna turn into a marriage. The relationship had been so up and down. The relationship had been so up and down thus far. Like, because we were both still kind of dealing with our exes at the time. And so finally, by the time we decided to take each other serious, and then by that point it was like, okay, obviously this is not like a stable relationship, at least not in my eyes. But I will say, cheating, you can't come back from that. I don't care how you want to put it. I mean, maybe you've been in a situation where someone cheated on you and you think maybe you guys are better now than you were before, but at least personally speaking, like, I couldn't come back from that. They couldn't come back from it, and I couldn't either. It took me a while to realize that I just had to leave this person alone, because like I said, the cheating, it wasn't something I could come back from. Even though I thought I could, it took me a really, really long time to heal. I will say, all of that resenting somebody, and then, you know what I'm saying, trying to again build trust after going through phases of messing with our exes and then cheating and all this other stuff, like, it was just doomed from the start. I guess it's my turn. Okay, my toxic situation, like, he fucked all my friends. Like, he fucked at least, I think, 7 of my friends, and I took him back every single time. Like, I did not care. So this man was my second body, so I was very attached to him. Like, but he wasn't my new boo, because he was just slanging that dick from the east to west. So that's one thing. Everything that came out of this man's mouth was a lie. You posted me, you know, we going places and stuff like that, but you doing everything on this on the side. Nah, but yeah, everything that came out of his mouth was a lie. And another thing, like, he never came and saw me. Like, never came and saw me. It would just be me driving out there to him. Ooh, I'm saying this out loud, and it's like, ooh, girl, you stupid.
We've all been there.
But like, so like, he canceled on me like 30 minutes before I left out for prom. He didn't want to come to my graduation party to meet my parents.
Prom?
And then I'll drive to, you know, where he's at, you know, 30 minutes away from me, like where he used to live, and he'll be like, he'll just not answer. Like, when I say I'm outside, like, he won't answer. So I'll be sitting out there for like 2 hours, and he'll never come outside. It was bad.
That's like putting all your energy.
No, like, when I tell you, this man has drained me from head to toe, but he'll never leave me alone. Like, but I left him alone. I had to leave him alone. I had to leave him alone, because nah. But that's my experience. That's my toxicity-ness. Kendall, take it away.
Whenever you say toxic, that's what comes to mind. And it was basically just like manipulation, and he was a Virgo. I don't know if that matters, but
not horoscopes.
So basically, we would just like, it started off good, but then I realized he's very opinionated, and I think we would just argue, and it was more like a verbal thing. Like, he would just, if it wasn't his way, it was nobody's way. Like, he didn't see anybody's viewpoint, and it was like little stuff. Like, literally one time I said, like, I don't think Helen Keller is real, because first of all, this lady was blind and deaf, and she was flying planes, And I was like, I just don't see. And she was writing multiple books, and I was like, I think they lied to us. Like, I don't think she's real. It like went to the next level. I think just because we were toxic,
was just being stubborn,
right? And next thing you know, I'm being called out my name and being mad.
Like where did this even come from?
Like what? Where's
coming from? To piggyback off what I hate opinionated ass men.
Oh my gosh!
Do not tell me your opinion. You're not spinning no bag. You're not told nothing. You're not doing nothing for me. Why are you talking?
And say it in a nice way.
Like, I want to talk about red flags for men and women. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
The red flags, the bright red.
It said men and women. I guess like relationships, non-relationships. Okay. I guess like friendships too. Like, okay. So red flags for me. Wait, what I do want to say is it don't matter where you meet a guy. I feel like I don't care if you meet him at the club, a party, on the block, corner store, or a dinner, or anything like that. If a man approaches you, I feel like he just wants you. So it's like, if you want me, you better act accordingly. So if I give you my number, which is very rare by the way, because I think all of y'all are just poop bags.
Everybody don't deserve the number.
Yeah, and if you know the same night or the next day you want to automatically come over my house, can I get a FaceTime call?
Right, slow your roll.
Can you
I don't know you for real.
Yeah.
Slow your roll. Pump your brakes, dude, because this ain't that. Like, I will automatically never talk to you. That's one red flag. If a guy's always trying to come over and not, you know, want to do anything for you, he don't want you for real.
Right. You're showing your intentions right off the bat, honestly.
Another red flag for me is if it's never you and him, like that's a problem, because it's like it's not intimate, it's not genuine. It's just like you trying to, if you got to bring your homegirl with you every time you see him, that's dead. Like that's a red flag too.
And I think just more of like inconsistency, like that's a red flag to me, because I feel like if you want somebody, you're gonna apply pressure and you're gonna be on your P's and Q's to try to get them. So like when a man is just texting me every week or just every so often
when he come in town, boy,
right, like
get out of here.
You don't really want me. You want me to be your bae in the city that I'm in, or you want me to be like, oh, just every now and again, or like you don't want me for real, so you're wasting my time. It's
giving very much disgust. Yeah, it is, like don't do that.
Like I think that's fine with some people who maybe aren't looking for a relationship and they just want like a little fling, or they want to have their roster or whatever, but that's not what I'm looking for. So
I feel like you really do need to, it's very good to like notice the red flags, just so you could move how you move accordingly. If you don't want a relationship, you just want somebody to vibe with, or if you just want to like, then do that. But know what you want and know how a guy's approaching you before you retaliate. If you know, want that to be your dude, you want to build into a relationship in a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years, respond to it accordingly. If you're not with that, then shoot, red flags don't even exist. Do what you want, play how you want.
For sure.
Like another one would be communication, like lack of communication, because a lot, like we're in our 20s. Most the men that I talk to are gonna be in their 20s. We're all adults. If you don't know how to communicate, then that's a red flag, because you can't communicate what you're doing. Like if you're busy or not, you can't communicate your feelings, and it's just, I feel like I know how to communicate, so it's not gonna match well.
I think I'm gonna kind of piggyback off what you said. I think communication is a really big thing to look out for, especially like you don't want to wait until you like get too deep in your feelings for a guy to realize they don't know how to communicate. Like pay attention to the signs early on. Like if he's,
because you're not dumb.
No, you know what's going on. Trust your instinct. You know what's going on. And even if you're wrong, like even if you're wrong, okay, then you'll be proven later. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like don't just dismiss your feelings, and just because you think, oh, maybe I'm tripping, you're probably not. But I'm like, I understand we all have our own things going on, so I don't really expect somebody to talk to me 24/7 and whatnot. But at the same time, like I just pay attention to how much time they make for me, you know what I'm saying, like throughout their busy schedule, you know what I'm saying, like, and if they can't communicate to me that they're busy, or communicate, even if they do communicate to me that they're busy, like, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna hit you up later after I'm done with this, and hours just going by and I still haven't heard from you, or you know what I'm saying, like just little things like that. Like I just pay attention to that, you know what I'm saying, because guys, if they're really into you and they're really feeling you, I feel like certain stuff they just wouldn't do. Another red flag is you got to look out for how they react when like things that don't go their way. Like if a guy texts you and asks you to come over and you just tell him no, I've literally done that just trying to see like how he would react, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if they catch an attitude or act like they don't want to talk to you anymore,
or start raising their voice,
yeah, like that's a red flag for sure. Like I would expect the dude, like if I, you know what I'm saying, if I don't want to come over, or, you know, for whatever reason, like things don't go the way they want it to go,
or if me not coming over at 10, 12, 11 p.m. allows you to not talk to me for the next 3 days,
then obviously I see what your agenda is. Like,
this ain't that.
No, for real. When things don't go their way, or the way they think they're gonna manipulate you, and you don't just fall for the okie doke every time, like, because they hate strong-minded females.
Throw them to the side, like, throw them away, dump them in the lake, girl, because this ain't that. And another thing that I wanted to say on my ladies, for sure, is when you are being dumb over a dude and ignoring everything, even if you know, playing your role, playing your part, you are feeding into their ego. You're boosting their head up. You're boosting these lame people. You know why they're lame? Because they don't deserve you. You boosting these lame people's heads up. You a whole baddie, and you falling for it. What do you think you doing? Telling his friends, trying to flex with a baddie, that you being dumb over him. Don't do that.
Don't put up for it.
Even if you want to play your role or whatever, play it to an extent. Play it to your
don't put yourself in a position to where he can laugh at you.
Don't keep feeding into it too much. Even if you know you don't want a relationship, you just want to don't feed into it too much, because ultimately you're feeding into their ego. Like, that's what men flex with. They flex with fake money and females. Period. Don't do that.
Let's get into self-love, because knowing your love language and giving love to people, you kind of have to love yourself first. So I definitely think that that's where a lot of situations and relationships fail, is because one of the people just don't really have as much self-love as they should. If you don't know your worth and you don't know everything you have to offer, and you're not completely and utterly in love with yourself, you're gonna accept bullshit,
right?
Quite frankly, like, because you just think that's what you deserve, or you don't think that you deserve better,
right?
So honestly, it's so important to like love yourself first and just fall completely in love with yourself before you're ready to give love to somebody else.
But like, learning to love yourself is kind of hard. Like, for a long time I feel like I needed to have like a significant other, you know what I'm saying, to really just show me, you know, physical attention, and, you know, make me feel like more important, you know what I'm saying. Like, I felt like I was validated having like a significant other. But truth is, I mean, it really doesn't matter. A lot of times you'll find out life is so much more peaceful if you're single, and, you know what I'm saying, just focusing on yourself. And that's the phase I'm in right now. Like, I'm just doing things for myself. Like, you know, I said, okay, my love language is somebody going to get me food at certain times of the day. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that for myself, you know what I'm saying. Or like, I'm gonna just do things that I would normally expect out of a significant other, just to show to myself, okay, you can take care of yourself for one, and you can, you know, the same feelings that you have. I mean, obviously it's not the same as having a significant other, but it's like you don't have to feel necessarily less about yourself if you know what I'm saying, if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever it is. Like, at least for me personally,
because you should be comfortable with your own, like, hanging out with yourself. And that's really how you find self-love. Like, spend time doing things that you like to do. Spend time getting to know yourself, journaling, listening to your own thoughts, like just being by yourself and like falling in love with yourself.
So then when you do actually decide to make time to have a significant other, like, it's not gonna be so much room for them to make you feel, you know, less about yourself, or, you know what I'm saying, like, because you already know yourself, you know what I'm saying.
What I do want to say is, you know, from personal experience, please do not ever compare yourself to nobody else. In order to have self-love, you have to know self-worth, and your self-worth isn't somebody else's self-worth. Your, you know, body isn't somebody else's body. So this is vulnerability. I'm being vulnerable right now. I'm like, this is actual stuff. I had a guy, right? You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, he was doing me down bad, and I saw, you know, I found out the girl, this was high school, way long. I found the girl, right? I cut my hairs like her. I cut all my hair off. Kayla will tell you, I came to school with no hair. Like, my hair was all just chopped up, everything. I cut my hair. I remember she was a little skinny thing. I wanted to, you know, starve myself. I really tried to change myself to fit, you know, somebody else. And I really think, like, I'm so, like, grateful that I did that, just to know how much I love myself. I'll never compare myself, compete myself, or compete with another female ever. like ever in my life. And I really think like a lot of girls nowadays try to, I don't know how to love myself, da, da, da. You don't know how to love yourself because you see somebody else loving themselves in ways that's fake. You go on social media, see all these trips, all these bags, you don't know what they doing for that. So it's like you feel like, you know, you're not having bags, you're not having cool clothes makes you less than, or you know, or something like that. And that's not the case. Once you break that, it don't matter skin, complexion, shape, figure, smile, lip shape. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
And it takes a minute.
That breaks yourself down. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I will say, I was in the same position. Like in high school, bro, I was out here comparing myself to other females, trying to change certain things about myself. Like literally, I would change how I did my makeup, wear longer lashes. You know what I'm saying?
Eyelash length, the way you do your makeup. Like, it's like little that things that really like grow to like something else more. Like the next thing you changing the size of your lashes or whatever, then the next thing, shoot, you just want to get, you know, surgery just to make yourself look like that person. And honestly, that's not good.
Like there's no such thing as a good hair. There's no such thing as like the perfect body or this. Like your hair is your hair. It's beautiful because it's yours.
Change it.
Your body is your body. It's beautiful because it's yours. Like there's no such thing as, oh, I want to look this certain way. Like those are all really just beauty standards, and beauty standards don't exist. Like beauty is uniqueness.
People's aura, like the reason you're attracted to it, the reason why you want to make yourself like it is because of how they, you know, advertise it. You see their hair looking flawless because they made their own hair flawless. You see their body looking good because they learned to love their body and they want to show it off. It's like once you learn to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to appreciate what you already have, another girl 10 blocks down from you, 10 centimeters away from you is gonna look at you and be like, wow, I want to be like that too. So it's
confidence too.
This really goes from what we said in the beginning of the video. You're not alone. When I tell you, it doesn't take nothing for a guy to just change his opinion, change how he thinks about you. Y'all go on a date, get some Pazookies or go to the zoo. He'll make you feel like the best girl in the world. And then the next day, when he don't text you till 5 p.m., 6 p.m., you're going to be like, wait, what? And then the next day is 2 days, and the next day is 3 days, and he just not texting you. It doesn't make...
That has nothing to do with you. Like,
nothing to do with you. Like, that's just how guys are. Like, do not...
Never.
Don't... Kendall said never. So when I tell you it's not you, don't ever think it's you. Don't ever think it's you, because men are stupid.
And self-love kind of ties into that. Like once you're sure of yourself and you love yourself no matter what, like you don't need validation from him. Like you're not gonna be sitting around waiting on a text from him. Like it either it comes or it don't.
It's easy to go like this with a man once you know how they work. And once you know it's nothing. Like, please listen to what we're saying. It's not you.
Like set your own standards. Like,
for sure.
Man, like this is just like, I'm really happy because I feel like we're really like helping a lot of girls out, like how to get over attachment and how to get, you know, over a toxic relationship to a person, like all that. Like I've been through it with these men.
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna let you take the reins on this.
I think I do need to start. Like when I tell you I've seen it all, like the key to really getting over somebody is to love yourself.
Right,
like
that's it. That's what
like I promise you, like once you, I've gone to like cutting my hair like a girl to be like her, to not comparing myself or thinking anybody isn't in level with me. So it's just like it's so easy to get rid of men once you know your value. So we run the world. So like, once you really like value that, it's like over with.
For me, I'm not even kidding y'all. Like I thought I was stuck in this situation. I thought I was gonna be stuck for life. Like I was literally praying to God to just help me see through like whatever the situation I was in. Like, okay, yeah, I hear everybody tell me, you know, just love yourself, spend time with yourself, learn how to be by yourself. Okay, I know how to be by myself. I love myself, but for some reason I'm still like in the situation and can't get away from them. One, pray about it. You have to pray about it. Like just ask for guidance, ask for patience, you know what I'm saying, ask for grace. Just whatever you feel like you need to help you get through that situation. And just to keep it a little bit more real with y'all, because I mean loving yourself, very important, praying about it, very important, but also if you want to get over a guy, get another one.
I was about to say
get another one. Like
another thing that I did want to say is, what if, you know, a little question, like what if, okay, you get over the toxic, you know, whatever being, and you move on to somebody else, you get you a new boo, and they you know, toxic too. It's like you got to heal from two people.
That's definitely
I will
true.
say,
You know?
I don't leave any situation without at least learning from it.
Like when I
aware.
say, that's why I say, like, when you see those red flags and you could get out.
If a man is not giving me everything that I deserve, that is a turn off for me, because I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't see me, like, to me that's just like, okay, that's what you want, yuck, like, go have that, like, that's what you want, I don't even want you anymore, because it's like you didn't see my worth, and to me or to you I wasn't good enough, so it's like,
Another
bye,
thing,
like, I don't need you.
Genuinely, like, you really get over a person by yourself. It's like you can't always depend on your 50 kabillion best friends. So yeah, you can ask for advice, you can do this and that and a third, but it's like you have to know yourself. Like, sis, you sit down in the shower crying, you drinking, you know, doing all this stuff, like stuff you don't normally used to do. You'll just get tired of being hurt, tired of it. Like, it's like being sad really does like ruin your days because you don't get another one.
Right.
So it's just like,
it's not
please
easy.
take value in yourself.
Right.
Like, you're gonna
have to go through some stuff. Like, it's not just the boom key.
Yeah, you really gotta be down
Yeah.
bad before you realize, you know what, like, this not it,
girl.
Yeah.
Right. Like, one, and another thing that I wanted to say is just like, your days are so limited. Please do not spend too many crying over a man or feeling hurt over a man. Spend it learning and moving on.
Right.
Because I promise you, it's more fish in the sea. I promise you. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. I really hope y'all learned some stuff. Thank y'all so much for trusting us with y'all's mental space, y'all's everything. We really appreciate it. If y'all want anything more like these topics, anything girl talk wise, it don't have to even be your relationships. It could be over family members, you know, vlogs, any ideas, just put it down in the comments. Y'all tune into Kendall's channel. It is
Kendall Hart. She gonna put it in the description box.
Everything's gonna be in the description box. Her Instagram, Snapchats, because I know they fine.
Sure.
I know that's right. But anyways, thank y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
And we're out.